I'm Jason UFC, and today we have a story about Shavkat Rakhmonov shows interest in welcoming Kelvin Gastelum back to the welterweight division. Oh, this story is kind of sad. Shavkat Rakhmonov is down to give Kelvin Gastelum, his welcome back to 170 pounds. The undefeated UFC welterweight and number 6 ranked UFC welterweight contender expressed interest in the potential matchup when he quoted Gastelum, "Should I be the one to welcome Kelvin back to 170 pounds?" Shavkat Rakhmonov wrote on Twitter while tagging UFC President Dana White and matchmaker Sean Shelby. This is what Shavkat Rakhmonov said when he quoted Kelvin Gastelum, who is making his announcement. He's moving back to the UFC welterweight. Gastelum has been fighting at middleweight. Where did that go? Gastelum has been fighting at middleweight in recent years. I think since 2017, since 2016. It's been like 5-6 years. But recently announced he will return to the UFC welterweight after a victory over Chris Curtis. Rakhmonov, who's been an unstoppable force in the UFC octagon, 17-0 in MMA, 5-0 in UFC. All victories come by way of stoppage, TKO, KO, submission, no decision victories. Most recently defeated Jeff Neal in the third round at UFC 285. I don't know how I feel about this story. I like to see Shavkat Rakhmonov get a little bit more aggressive and get his name out there. It bothers me that he is the number 6 ranked UFC welterweight, and it's like no one in the top 10 is, I don't think, for the most part, ever said his name. Like, for the most part, everybody else is fighting each other, but none of them in the top 10, except for Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal finally gave Shavkat Rakhmonov a chance to get into the top 10, but we gotta get Shavkat Rakhmonov a fight with, a Bilal Muhammad, a fight with a Wonderboy Thompson, a Sean Brady, a Kamal Usman. I don't know what's happening with Chimaev and Usman. I don't know. Dana White is saying that fight needs to happen at middleweight, so I don't understand why Kamal Usman just lets Chimaev go up to the middleweight division and fight Shavkat Rakhmonov, right? Because if Kamal Usman wins at middleweight, he's not gonna fight Israel Adesanya, right? Like, they're boys, so I would not understand why. I get it, a victory is a victory, but I don't really see the point of why Usman would go up to middleweight to fight Chimaev. I would like to see Usman or Chimaev fight Shavkat Rakhmonov. When we talk about Kelvin Gastelum, he has not fought in the UFC welterweight division since 2015, 2016. I'm an MMA casual, so I can't remember. It's been a very long time. He missed weight twice when he was fighting at a UFC welterweight, so he has to make weight first. I don't think he should get someone like Shavkat Rakhmonov, but, it's the UFC. Kelvin Gastelum, I think he won his last fight, but he's like 1-2 in his last 3 fights or something like that. I just want to see Shavkat Rakhmonov finally get his flowers. He's a top 5, top 6 ranked welterweight, undefeated. I don't like the idea of him fighting, a welterweight who is unranked and, hasn't fought in the welterweight division in like 5 or 6 years and missed weight, right? Like, because it's like, if Shavkat Rakhmonov beats, Kelvin Gastelum, he's not going to move up in the rankings. He needs a fight versus Colby Covington, Chimaev, Usman, right? I would like to ask the UFC, what are they doing with Chimaev? What are they doing with Usman? And the main question I would like to know is, what are they doing with Shavkat Rakhmonov? We know Usman and Chimaev, they're going to be fine. What's happening with Shavkat Rakhmonov? The kid is a serious problem. Probably one of my favorite fighters in the UFC right now, and I just want to see him finally get an opportunity, to get like a top 5 fighter in the UFC welterweight division. But let me know your opinion of this story. I'm Jason UFC. Today we had a story about UFC number 6 ranked welterweight fighter Shavkat Rakhmonov shows interest in welcoming Kelvin Gastelum back to the welterweight division. It makes me sad. It really does. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the $1 donation button, and please tune in to the next video on this channel. Thanks a million for watching.